What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I couldn't find my Deadpool shirt, so I'm settling with Spider-Man. I just watched Deadpool 2, and this thing just make me chuckle. No, seriously, it's really funny, but we will get to that. If you guys don't know how my reviews work, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and then give you my score. This week is X-Men week. I already have one video on my channel, and later on, I will be ranking my favorite X-Men films and doing my spoiler-filled review, but right now, we are doing no spoilers. Deadpool 2, let's get into it. First off, yeah, like I said, this thing made me laugh and laugh hard. There are some great moments, some more creative jokes than the first one. I don't think they were as often and maybe as prevalent as the first one, but when they hit hard, and that's the most important part. There were some jokes that had me and my friend and Madison rolling on the floor laughing. I believe that is ROFL in the teens language. And you guys know what? I don't have to say it. Ryan Reynolds comes across as absolutely incredible as this character. He is one of my favorite superheroes on-screen portrayals of all time, and he does it again here. He is the heart and soul of this movie, if you will, and he keeps it going by keeping his mouth running. There are some major surprises in this film. I'm giving nothing away, but some cameos, some people that come in and do things, some stuff happening in the background. Just pay attention. If you're going to use the bathroom, I said this with Infinity War, I will say it again, I just wouldn't. I would just hold off until the end credits scene. Oh wait, don't do that, because the post-credit scene to Deadpool 2 might just be one of my favorites of all time. Be sure to stick around. And what I loved about this movie is they give you the moments from characters that you loved in the first one. You have Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Dopinder. I mean, just people that you know and love. TJ Miller is back again. He's a little crazy in real life, but he's doing things in this movie that are absolutely cracking me up. I love seeing his character. But you kind of shift your focus from the old to the new, bringing in those new people, Domino and Cable, and I just see why people wanted more of them before they did the reshoots. I'm so glad we got more Cable and more Domino. Josh Brolin absolutely kills it as this character, and I can't wait to see more of both of them in X-Force. I love Domino's power, luck. They joke about how it's not cinematic, but it is absolutely cinematic, and Cable's banter with Deadpool towards the end of the movie is some of my favorite banter of the year. Just the way that they play off of each other. You've got the hardcore guy, and then you have Deadpool. You know how it's going to play out, but it still just cracks you up when it's happening, and like I said, some of the jokes, the back and forth between those two, it's just perfection. I liked our kid here too. He's also from Hunt for the Wilder People. A lot of times kids can pop up in superhero movies, come across as a little annoying, but his banter with Wade Wilson, every now and then it was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe this is too much. Overall, I will say it hit the nail on the head, and I like their relationship. And the references, not just to the X-Men, but to so many different things in pop culture, I will say nothing else other than there's some very memorable moments in this movie that just had me laughing so hard. Now, here's where I think Deadpool 2 kind of lacks when I'm comparing it to the first one. I just don't think the story was as compelling. Sure, Deadpool 1 was more simplistic. It didn't have as much to it, but I think there was just a little bit too much going on in Deadpool 2. They shifted focus from here to there to here, and sure, they made fun of it in between, so that kind of makes it all better, but when I'm looking back upon it, I'm like, yeah, the story was a little bit more messy than I wanted it to be. I just love the storytelling technique in the first movie, and sure, they had to change it up, but I don't really think they had to. I think they could have kind of kept that Deadpool flavor of telling the story, maybe a little bit more narration. And a lot of times, I don't like narration in movies. I think it worked really well for Deadpool. Maybe a little bit more of that storytelling aspect in Deadpool 2 could have served it well. And like I said, I like the overall story here, but there's just so much of it. There's stuff going on with the kid. There's stuff going on with Cable. There's stuff going on with Deadpool. And it's just like, they kind of just go back and forth. And I'm like, can we just kind of focus on one thing? That could have made the experience just a little bit better. I'm just saying. Leaned a little heavy on CGI, but they call that out. That's the thing about Deadpool 2. They make a mistake, they call it out. Here's a CGI battle. I mean, things are literally said, and then they happen, and it's like, okay, I've seen it before in a superhero movie, but you just told me it was going to happen, so just the way that they tell the story, you can kind of forgive them for the flaws in the storytelling. I'm not saying I do completely, but I kind of do. I'm just being honest with you guys and telling you my negatives, but overall, Deadpool 2 is exactly what you want it to be, nothing more and nothing less. It is fun, it is full of humor, you will laugh, there are moments, there are references that are things you're going to miss if you go and use the bathroom. Like I said, just don't do it. Stick around and definitely stay for the post-credit scenes. I am going to give Deadpool 2 a 78%, and that is well deserved because this is one of those rare sequels that sort of captures the magic of the original and goes in a brand new direction and keeps you on your toes when it comes to what joke is going to happen next. Ryan Reynolds, you have mastered this character, and I just cannot wait for X-Force. Yeah, guys, so far this year, comic book movies 3 for 3. Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, and Deadpool 2. My goodness, what a year it is if you love superheroes. You guys are the absolute best. Like I said, stick around. So many more X-Men videos to come. Tomorrow, I will be doing a spoiler review with a special guest of mine. He loves Deadpool. I can't wait for you guys to see that video. And then, like I said, my X-Men countdown. You are the absolute best, and I will catch you later.